Yo, good morning and Merry Christmas. Obviously, hopefully everyone is going to have a joyful and eventful day today, whether it's over Zoom, whether it's in person. It is all joyful and wonderful to be gathering together, to be celebrating the life of Jesus Christ, which obviously, as we know, is the true meaning of Christmas. I'm not going to bring out the vocals like Janet so beautifully did yesterday, because this season is all about peace, joy, love, all of that fun stuff. And that is the last thing my vocals give. Like, my vocals do not give peace or joy. They give like broken windows and like children screaming. But anyways, first and foremost, I just wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas. Even though this year has been different, for some people eventful, for some people uneventful, stressful, anxiety filled, whatever it may be. Although this year was different, even the holiday season is different. You got Santa and masks, behind plexiglass. Some people can't go to church, things like that. Although this holiday season, this Christmas, may be different for yourself, your traditions, anything like that, there's one thing that doesn't change, and that's the gift that God gave us on this day. Obviously, the birth, life, love, light of Jesus Christ himself. And that is the reason we're celebrating today, because although our traditions may change, although our families may change, our friends may change, our years may change, our jobs may change, anything may change, there's one thing that holds steady, and that's the gift of Jesus Christ. And that's what we're celebrating today. That's what we're glorifying today. And remember that although it may be a different Christmas, God's still the same. God's still with you. God's not in a mask. God's not behind the plexiglass. God is still there. His love, his light, his gift of his one and only son is still underneath that tree for you this morning. And secondly, something we talked about last week was when dealing with stress and anxiety, one huge thing, and it even talks about in the Bible, is one thing that you can do to alleviate stress and anxiety is to start focusing on others, to start helping others, to shift your focus to others. Because when you do that, you shift all of your focus and you stop thinking about your own problems, your own anxiety and stress and things that you're worrying about for tomorrow, or things that happened yesterday. But you start worrying about other people, and you realize that sometimes our problems are small. Sometimes it's just a problem in our head, but not even in reality. So shifting our focus to others, and specifically, especially during this time, it's giving. It's the giving season. It's the season of giving. And we wanted, as a group, as a community, to give us the opportunity to give together to some people in need. So when we did this, like Janet said, went through a bunch of different websites, different organizations, and found one that felt near and dear to the heart of Yak, which is Kingdom Kids down in Haiti. I was about to say Haiti. And the reason we do this is because we didn't want people to give to Yak, to give to me, to give to really any one of us or most of us in the community. You know, we're not giving money to Yak. We're not giving money to myself to continue furthering this, but we're giving money, giving time, giving love, giving light to somebody that is truly in need, to a young kid in Haiti that maybe doesn't have presents under the tree, that maybe doesn't have food to eat while we're eating our prime rib and our ham on Christmas. Maybe he hasn't had anything to eat all week. Maybe this little kid, doesn't even have a tree, doesn't even know what Christmas is, doesn't know what Jesus is. He's never heard of Santa, even though that's not religious, but hasn't heard of Santa, doesn't even know what Christmas, what Jesus Christ is, what God has done for us. And maybe that's because he doesn't have parents. He doesn't have a family. He doesn't have a house. The only tree he has is the one he's living under. But that's why we want to give during this time. Not only to shift our focus off of ourselves, but to give that gift and keep on giving that gift that God has given us, that love, joy, light, the knowledge of what God has done for us, and giving that to someone that maybe has never even heard it before, maybe has never felt that kind of love before. And what I want us to do, so there's going to be a link up above to Kingdom Kids in Haiti to give a one-time gift. And I'm not going to ask you to give a massive gift, give all your money. It's going to be completely anonymous. I'm not going to know how much you give They probably won't even know how much you give. I don't know. But I'm not going to know. No one in the community is going to know. Your parents don't need to know. Your family doesn't need to know. The only person that needs to know is you and God. I want you today, when you're praying, when you're eating, when you're having a lot of fun with your family, I want you to think about this verse right here. And it is 2 Corinthians 9, verse 7. Each one must give as he has decided in his heart, not reluctantly or under compulsion. For God loves a cheerful giver. And that's what this season's all about. Cheerful giving. You're not giving because you have to. You're not giving because it's tradition. You're giving because it's what God put in your heart. So I want you to pray and talk with God and figure out how you can give. Maybe there's another social cause or another person that needs the money more, or that is more near and dear to your heart. And that is amazing. And go and do that. But we put this together so that we can at least give you the opportunity. If you don't know who you want to give to this year, if you're not sure who needs your help, Kingdom Kids in Haiti, we know needs your help. So I want you to pray about it. Talk to God about it and have a conversation with him on how much you should give, when you should give, how you should give your time, your money, your resources, your love, your light to these children in Haiti or to any individual that is in need around the world. And that's what I want us to do today, this weekend. So there's the link up above in the caption that I wrote on where you can give on a one-time link. I'll be giving. I know a couple other people have pledged to give. And yet again, it is completely anonymous. It is between you and God how you give this season. So without further ado, I want to, give you another warm welcome, warm, loving, Merry Christmas, and hope you have a beautiful day with whoever you are spending it with.